Today we'll be designing this NNPC logo. So let's get started. I want to move this one out to the corner. That is the sample I'm using to look at. Okay. If you look at this logo now, you will see, first of all, there is this sprocket layer, all these levels of this keyer, or this thing that looks like keyer sprockets. Then you see this layer of a circle with the right up on it. You see another layer of another circle here with shaded red, and then the final layer of circle here with green, wherein all these things are. Now let me start quickly. So the first thing I do there is to pick circle 2 or ellipse 2. So that's the ellipse 2. What's happening? Relax, my friend. Okay, that's the ellipse 2. So I click on it and hold Control on my keyboard while dragging it. You know this already. That is I'm intending to get this other first layer of circle. Okay, maybe my own is bigger. I think that could be a good way for me to get the appropriate size. Alright, so we are not really trying to do anything to look like that one, because we can always stretch it. We can make it bigger or smaller by resizing it, so it's not a problem for me now. That's that layer of circle. The next thing now is for me to have this second layer of circle, this other layer here, this red line. So I hold down Shift on my keyboard while trying to resize the circle using the angular handles, not the ones at either the top center or the middle center. Okay, so but from the angle level, from the corners, I pull it. That is to get that second layer. What I'm doing now is trying to resize the other one, but before I finally drop it, I have to release the right mouse button. I have to click the right mouse button to duplicate it. So the moment I click it, you see it has a little plus sign at the bottom of the mouse pointer there, meaning that I'm duplicating it. So I now release the mouse. That has given me the second layer. The next thing would have been for me to go ahead and get the third layer in a similar manner. Okay, so right click and drop it there. So I have this, and I have this inner. If I should color this now to be green, color this now to be red, and color this one to be yellow, by clicking on each of the item and then picking on the color that I want to apply to it. That is how it works. Okay. The next thing I'm looking at, the thickness of this outline is a little darker than this, or this one is too fainty. This one is too fainty. So what I have to do is to look for outline that will match. Let me say 1.5. It's still small. 2. Take note, this object is not scaled, so I'm going to use like 4 mm. Okay, that 4 mm gives me what I'm really looking for at this instance. And this is the outline. When you select anything in the house, like now, the property bar is on the page. The moment I select this object that has an outline and that can be controlled with many other features, you see that the property bar changes to what will match the kind of tool or item I am holding. So I just typed in 4 points here. Alright. I think I could as well apply the same 4 points to this other one. So what I want to select them with my pick tool. I click and cover those inner ones. But this time around, because I'm selecting more than one, the properties no longer shows for that outline, because it's giving me properties of grouping or working with multiple elements, multiple objects. So what do I have to do? Still on the same outline, I'm using method 2 now by going through the outline pane dialog box. So I select 4 points here. Remember when we learned about tools? So I say that if you know the tools, every other thing is easy for you. So I just click on that 4 points and it's been applied. Okay. But I'm looking at what am I seeing there? It seems like what I'm seeing here is too thick, especially this inner one. Maybe I'm going to reduce it to 2 points from here. No, it doesn't fit me well. Okay, so there's no 3 points in the list here. So you can see that. Okay, there's 3 points. Yes, if it was not there, I would just type it in. It doesn't mean that you must select from the options. You can always type it in. Okay, so I've been able to get those 3 layers. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is to get these sprockets. So first of all, I have to pick a rectangle tool to draw a rectangle that will cross from top to bottom. Okay, so I now do that by just crossing a rectangle with my rectangle tool. You know the tool already. So you go to if you press F6 on keyboard, it will get it. But this is go to the toolbox area and then select your rectangle tool. Rectangle tool. F6 is a shortcut for that. Okay. So having brought in the rectangle tool, I want to centralize it with this object very well. Okay, I'm going to show us in two ways. One, first of all, please first of all select this object being our target object to the source, as in the source of our alignment. This is where we want to align everything to. So first of all, select the target. Now go and click the source or where you want to link it to. First method, like you can go to arrange menu and go to align and distribute. Oh, can you see this clearly? So I want to go back to that so that I can see clearly. This is the object here. So first of all, we go to arrange menu. All right. Zoom in a little further. Now go to align and distribute. Okay. Then choose any of the options. For me now, what I want to see is the align centers horizontally. In other words, on horizontal level, I want to center it. You can see the shortcut there being E. Next time I'm going to use the shortcut without coming through this long process again. And the other one, align centers vertically. So vertical alignment centers by pressing C if you select two or more objects together, but they are being aligned to the last one you selected. So you first of all select the target before the source of the alignment. Okay, so I'm taking this first. That has given me this horizontal alignment perfectly. But because I now know that the shortcut for center alignment is C on vertical level, what do I have to do? I press C and it goes in there. All right. So I have been able to get that now. And because the outline I'm using for the other document was 4 points, so just select the 4 points here. Everything should be, instead of being that, whatever it is, okay, that's my 4 points. I think that's cool enough. Okay, we can work with that. The next thing I want to do, let me just stretch it a little further, it was looking too short in there. Okay, confirm that it is centered. C on keyboard, E on keyboard. Everything is centered both horizontally and physically, and vertically. I want to count the number of teeth that are in this here. Let me bring this kite. By clicking and dragging from this ruler point to keep here, it becomes a kite line for me. So I want to count from this one now. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 different sprockets or 20 teeth there. So in a circle we have 360 degrees. So if we divide 360 by 20, we'll be having 18. If you divide by 10 is 36. If you divide by 10 by 2, that's another 29, becomes 18 for those that are good in mathematics. All right. But if you don't know, use your calculator and calculate it. That is if you have any need of doing something that's similar to this. I'm just teaching you many ways of doing things so that you can learn to reason and then be good with how you judge and analyze your own drawings. So 20 degrees will solve the problem. And my center of rotation will still have to be at the center of the circle. So everything is perfect now. So I have to use my pick tool and click on it again to position it for rotation or skewing. If I hold at this more central point at the center here, it's what we call skewing, changing the angular or the inclination of the object. But I want to undo Ctrl Z. But if you hold on this point and turn like this, that is rotation. So that is the one I want to do. And take note of this. While I'm trying to rotate it, before I finally leave it, I would have to right click the mouse button like this to duplicate it so that it will be like that. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do now. But I want to target 20. Please take note of this place. Take note of this place. All right. This angle of rotation is standing here, currently at 0. But while I'm going to be doing the rotation, maybe let me bring it in closer a little. While I'm going to be doing the rotation, it will change. So I want to aim at 20, 20.3, 20.1. I want 20, or even if it's something very close, but it shouldn't be so far so that the cap you have on the other end will not be off the range. 20. Okay, I've gotten 20.0. So I right click there, and that becomes a duplicate, and I leave it there. Now let's zoom out to see what is going to become of it. Okay, sorry about that. So I now write Control on keyboard and R. That is, repeat the last operation. If you go to the Edit menu, you will see Edit, and then you can see Repeat. The last operation in this case is duplicate, but the formula still remains the same, or the shortcut still remains the same. Control R or Command R if you are using MacBook. All right. So I take Control R, it repeats it. For me now, I'm going to be pressing on my keyboard. Keep on repeating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think that's done. Okay. All right. No, undo. So that is it now. And if you count it here, you likely have the 20. Let me bring my card and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's why I see that it's good that you do the mathematics first before you now begin to do it. It saves you time of, but you can see that this other one is covering those my inner. What I want now is to make sure that this my sprocket goes in to merge up with this other one to become one shape. They don't have to be multiple shapes with all this line crossing everywhere. That can serve as a different style for a different kind of logo. But in this case, what we want to achieve is not this type. We want something else. Creativity is all about, the graphic design is all about creativity. So you can always create a concept, and the next thing you need to do, just try something, and it should be able to give you a good way to start. So I want to, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I want to highlight the inner circle. Let me say from this point. Okay, I put my mouse here. And highlight this inner circle only. And now go to Arrange menu. Arrange, Order. To front of layer. In other words, Shift page up should have done that for me. So, but because I'm assuming that most of us didn't know, that is what I'm actually doing. So that is it. But another way of doing it too could have been to right click it and choose Order and then to front of layer. But now there is no other thing behind it. So that's why that front of layer is not highlighted, because it is now the highest, it is the topmost one on above every other thing that is on the screen now, as of now. Okay, so that's how to start it. So I have those two. Now while that is being selected, I want to highlight everything again. Okay, because those projects, I don't want to be clicking them one by one. It's going to be time consuming. So having highlighted all of them, I now click on this 1 and 2 to deactivate the last two small circles. But I have to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. So by pressing delete now on keyboard, I see that I clicked the wrong thing before. So this one was wrongly selected. I have to select it again, and now hold my shift and click on this green circle. Let me see if it has been deselected. No, it hasn't. Something is not right there. Let me get this is the red one, this is the green one, and the red one together. So I have to go and group them together by right clicking the two. Group. Let me delete and see. Do they go? Yes, they went together. So I can now go back and highlight everything. After highlighting everything, I'll hold shift on my keyboard to click the other one. By clicking on it, in other words, I remove it, I exclude it from the selection. Shift plus click adds to the selection. Shift plus click removes it when you click it the next time. So as you are holding shift to click the next object, it adds to the selection. While you are still holding down the shift, if you click it again, it removes the object from the selection. So in this case, let me see, I have been able to get what I wanted. That's perfect. So I want to weld. Go to your property bar and click on weld here. Or as well, you can go to Arrange menu, under Shaping, Weld. These are long processes. But for me, I just want to click on it here. Weld. I've welded it. Why you see this thing happen this way now? Because my source object and my target object were not defined. I defined it, do I call, from back to front. Basically, I was supposed to have selected the circle first before selecting the other one, but that's not the problem. We can always take back our color, which is yellow. So that has given us that outer layer of the circle with the sprocket lines in it. The next thing here now is the inner circles and the contents in it. Okay, having drawn this, we've gotten almost halfway. The next thing is to put this Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. You can see Nigerian National Petroleum is on one side, Corporation is on the other side. How do we do that? Let's pick our text tool. You know the text tool already. And then we type, and just click on it on the page and then type Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. Okay. The character that I'm having is Arial, and I think I like the area too. It's the same thing. I want to make it bold, and the size is looking smaller, 24 point. Let me make it like 27 and see how far. Okay, it looks cool. Looks cool, right? It's okay. It's okay, because most of what I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing with this one, because most of the time you may not necessarily have this one by your side, but you must have known what you want to do. Okay, but this is it. I'm just looking at it. Okay, the main place I'm supposed to measure it against is the space here. Can it enter this space I provided comfortably, because it is meant to round that space? Yes, maybe let me have to reduce 1 point to 26. All right, I'm okay with that. So the next thing is I have to break it because they are not together. So I put my double click it with the text tool, and now put my cursor in this place and press enter. That separates the two lines from each other. Okay, why that separates the two lines from each other? I have to go to arrange menu, arrange, break text apart. So I have broken it apart and such that they are no longer together as one text or as one combination of maybe letters. So that's it. The next thing is, while I've selected this text now, I have to select this circle here. Select the circle and choose, go to text menu, fit text to path. Where is it? Have I selected the circle? Okay, the circle is grouped. Okay, I have to ungroup it because it is grouped. So this is another way to ungroup. This is another way to ungroup all. Okay, for me, I just want to right click here and choose ungroup. Okay, the right click, which is the shortcut menu, will always give you access to some of the commands you must have forgotten in your head. So because that was no longer a circle, it was a group of objects, many objects, no longer a circle, or no longer a shape or a line or a path to fit a text to. So I now select them. Now go back to my text menu, fit text to path. It becomes highlighted. So I click on it. That's cool. That's cool. But as I'm doing this, I now see that it seems like my text size was a little smaller. I don't know, but let's just see how it is. I want to begin to displace the text a little to offset it from the path. You see, it has to be at the center of this middle. So what do? I come in here, distance from path, and tap a little. Okay, just for it to move up a little. Okay, I think I'm comfortable with that layer, that level where it is now. So we have gotten the upper part. Now we have to do the same thing for the down part, but this time around the down part is not going to cross like this. Maybe let me show you something. I was supposed to, I think the quickest way to do this, because it's just to separate this other one so that I can make use of this part. You cannot fit two different texts to the same part, so I have to go to arrange menu and separate it. But why I don't want to do it that way, because here I have another part. This smaller circle is still there for me to fit. But if I delete this bigger circle now, you can see that the other text goes along with it. No. So I want to use the inner circle here to do my second part. So I go to this and select this other one. Go to text menu, fit text to path. I hope you can read that right up very well. And there it goes. But this time around it's standing that way. Let me shift it in to see. So the same thing I did there. I want to tap it to get to that level of the other one, the former one. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. The next thing I have to go to the offset. Okay, take note, the other one now was distance from the path This one is offset, how it's going to move closer to the end or beginning of the path. Okay, so I just offset it. But beyond that, I can just use my hand and turn it around to anywhere I want to move it to, even if I want to take it up, down. So this is simpler. But for someone that is starting, I don't know how cool your hand will be on the mouse and how good your mouse moves for you. Whichever way, this is where to hold it. When you click on it now, you will see this small handle behind here. Click on that handle to move it around the path. Not these ones, okay? This one is lifting the whole thing or stretching it or transforming it, more like using pick tool. But this handle here at the bottom or the beginning of the text is where you can use to do all those adjustments, okay? But as it is, you can see that the corporation is turned upside down. So what do I have to do? Go to the options bar again, and then I have to mirror text horizontally. And while I mirrored horizontally, you see that the thing also tumbles the other way around. So I have to also mirror this other way around. Wow, it has given me what I wanted. But I have to stretch it further. Sorry. I have to stretch it further by tapping out or possibly using my mouse to bring it out by myself. And it is giving me smart alignment because of object snap, trying to track to the line, to the level of the other, the former write-up that we had in that place there. Okay, so does it give me what I want exactly? I think I need to push it in a little. Okay, it's looking to okay, that looks centered, right? If it doesn't center well, I have to do it manually here. Okay, I have to tap it here. I think I'm comfortable with this now. So move a little to this way, a little to that way. Okay, so that is it. We have that, and that defines this other part entirely. This inner content now, we are supposed to as well take time to draw all these things and put. But I do not want this to take us longer time than necessary, so that you can do your practice on the fitting text to part, on the welding, the drawing, and the duplication. So this is where I want to hold on this for now. Practice with this. Take note, you can as well, this is how to draw this. If you want to draw this because there are too many lines here, you have to pick your line tool and begin to draw them one by one or convert some shapes and all of that. It's going to take us time. But if you think we have to do it because perhaps you need to know it, I would have to do it someday else. However, for now, let me just draw a rectangle or a triangle. So I'm going to pick my polygon tool here. Oh no, let me pick my polygon tool and give it 3 sides, 3. And draw something like this. Okay, that gives me that former one. And now pick perhaps a rectangle tool and draw this one, that is for these ones at the side here, and then duplicate something on top of it. Please take note, these are now, I'm no longer doing it perfectly. I just want to meet up with time. I don't want this video to last, I don't even know how long I've been recording, to last longer than 30 minutes so that it will be easy to download and as well to practice with. So as I'm duplicating it, I'm also reducing the size as they are going up. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I keep on duplicating it again, move it here, right click before I drop it. I reduce the size, okay? It becomes more like a temple of, okay? So I'm bringing it down here. And then finally duplicate this last layer here, right click to drop, and now reduce it from all angles and then bring it in here. Please take note, this is just more like a cursory arrangement. Then I pick line 2 and draw something. Okay, this is not how it should be, but it's just to show you the procedure of getting it done, because if I want to fine-tune all of these things now, we won't go to do. So possibly I'll give it an outline that is suitable for it enough. Okay, the outline of let's say 1 point. Yeah, and put it by the corner here. And on this other side, I just did this triangle, and then maybe do some other crossbars. By my line 2, I just draw this. I just click on here, and then click this point, possibly duplicate it, and then come to this toolbar and do mirror horizontally after duplicating. So I mirror it so that it will just flip the angle of inclination for me, and that is likely good enough for me to have these other ones. Then those crossings, I want to ignore them because definitely I don't have much time for it now. Okay, hey, undo. So I move it to join up to that other point. I'm trying to get something that looks like that similar, that triangle. Then on this leg side, you can see first leg here. Pick my line to draw the first leg here. Okay, holding down control, it comes down, and then it's supposed to join. Click on it again, let it join here. All right, then another leg here to this side. I flip it to the other side, and I'm bringing it to this side. Sorry, see the flipping. You remember this one when we did it on the other hand. But this one is longer, so what do? I, with my shape tool still, pick my shape tool and drag it further into the other side. It will even cross the triangle, and then coming to this other side, we also have some figures here. Maybe I draw this. Take note, what I'm doing now is just to show you how things work. It's not the practical stuff. Okay, our work has ended already on this logo. This is what I wanted to achieve, but this one is just to put some items inside it. Okay, to help students understand how things get done. Okay, so I've done that, and this box also have a junior box inside it. The junior box is pushed towards the front side. Okay, but it aligns to the bottom, so I have to stretch it to align with this other one. And possibly, are they welded? No. The junior box is colored. What color is it? Let's say green color. And the senior box is colored what color? Still green color, but the senior is behind the junior. Okay, that's okay. Then the other one is colored. Basically, these things are not really colored. They are not actually colored. So I highlight these two boxes inside and say order, bring to front of layer. Okay, how is that the way it is? No, it's not. It was behind, and they are looking too big for me, so they say it's just somewhere down here. Then I can now use there are two ways around it. I can just move this thing and duplicate it here, and then also add it to the top. So after duplicating it, I hold down shift, click on this other one, and then press T to align to top. We have E for center, that is E for center vertically, E for center horizontal, C for center horizontally, T to top. Okay, I'm just giving you that alignment shortcuts. So we have gotten something that looks like that. The next thing here, we have this line here, this one that crosses beneath it here. So I just click on it. Sorry, click one point here. Is it not working? Why now? So click on one point here and drop it at the next one. Delete that thing first, my friend. Okay, so I want to have a line here first of all. This one that comes from here to the top. Okay, so that's it to my top. And okay, I'm using a different kind of, okay, I wanted to use freehand. Okay, I was using 2-point line. That's no problem still. All our line tools, they still do the same work. Then here is bringing it from, no, just a little below it. Okay, from here I click on this point and with my control, this is freehand tool, and then I want to align it to bottom here. So select on B for bottom. After selecting the target object to the source, B is bottom, T is for top, C is for center vertically, and E is for center horizontally. Which one is vertical? Vertical is up to down. That is for E. Okay, sorry. E is for vertical, center vertically, while C is for center horizontally. Please take note in case I said something wrong. Then I draw this other combo here. All right, and maybe the combo has something that looks like what is it like? The top of it is curved, but the bottom is straight. So what do? I will come in here, pick my shape tool, and have to curve the corners. Okay. And while that is being done, this my shape was not long enough. I want to delete it. So pick another rectangle again and draw rectangle tool and draw that area. Okay. And now pick my my shape tool is F10, and curve the corners until it matches to whatever that will close it entirely. That is okay. But I have to, it's only the upside that is all curved, the downside is not. So what do I have to do now? I would have to come here to the property bar and make sure that this place is this, hold on, this one that says edit corners together. I need to make sure that it is not locked, it's open. In other words, I can edit them separately. Okay, so the top is this. I want the bottom of it on the left hand side to be 0. There's no curving. Look at it here, it's now straight. Now on the right hand side bottom, this is top left, top, bottom left, top right, bottom right. So the bottom right corner of this same shape, I want it to be 0 corner curving. So you can see, so I have gotten something like this as it is there. Indirectly we are almost drawing this thing, but please, I have to leave it. This video is getting longer than I intended it to be. All right, so we have that. The next thing is I have to make a duplicate of, or maybe just another square, another rectangle inside it, that is for this other one here. Then I have to intersect it with the other one. First of all, let me put the C and the bottom to align well. Now another intersection, we have learned this, I think, when we're doing a SPDC logo and all that. So, but even if we've not learned, just come to intersection. What we are seeking to achieve is to get the segment that joins the two of them together. That segment is important to me. That's what I really want to achieve in that place. So I intersected it and removed the source object there. And here I want to get this small circle, so I put that small circle there. Where does it start from? Where does it end? Corner to corner, end to end. So highlight with shift and select the center. So I have to stretch it anywhere because there's no one really gave me any instruction concerning how it should be there. Okay, I think that's okay. Please, I want to just hold it up at this point so that I can go and do the rest. We can do other things, but that's just the stuff. I now have to lift all of these together, bring it into the place of placement. Usually I was supposed to have done it here. Okay, I was supposed to have done it here, and that's just go to my outline tool and take maybe like 1.5 points. Is that too big? Use 1 point. Okay, so we've gotten this and all that, but it will take time to draw all of this, and that's why I'm trying to avoid it for now, since we are just starting. Let me not choke us with so many activities that will confuse us. I don't want confusion. Okay, but that's just it. And you may now begin to sit down and draw all these small things one by one until you fill it up. But that being as it is, I am not interested in all of these. I want to remove them. So I want to highlight them and just move them and keep by the corner. Don't duplicate. Okay, I've already duplicated it. No problem. Delete these ones. Instead of doing a rough work, just don't do anything. In that case, what I want to achieve here is to put this center. Oh, I need to, let me break this text and all these curves together apart so that they will no longer be together. Select this one, go to arrange menu, break text apart. The shortcut is Control K. Okay, so to break text apart, the shortcut is Control and K. Arrange, break text apart. Basically, break anything apart is Control K. Whether you are breaking text to, breaking object to, breaking combination or breaking exclusion or whatever you are combining together, shadows, always break it with Control K. So if I put white here, that gives me that. But I think for sake of the purpose of what we are doing, let me just bring this thing inside here. Okay, just put it there, leave it there. Please, it's not perfect, understand it. It's just a way of showing you how things get done. Alright, having done this, I want you to save this file. First of all, I'll save it as NNPC PC logo. Okay, save it in a location you will know. The next thing I want you to do is to, sorry, I don't need to stretch it, export it. By exporting it, go to file menu, export. Exporting gives you the privilege of saving it in other file formats. so that someone that is using a different program can be able to, I want to save it in this bootcamp folder and call it NNPC logo. Okay, those are the original logos that are there, but I'm replacing it with my own. Alright, so that's NNPC logo. Keep it because we are going to use it for something someday else. Alright, thank you so much.